something like this. And we had like people like Edward Wilson, a evolutionary biologist like Edward Wilson says that if you want to see Homo erectus or any other primitive human, beings, you just need to look at the mirror. You can see. So in these paintings done by Ajit, you can see the primitive man, the primitive tendencies of man. They are regimented, they are power hungry, power mongers, they are territorial, etc. etc. And in due course, what happens is that the splitting of people who are in love or who are joined by human affection. And this is not the simple case of COVID and its related time. It is the case of the black history. The people were picked up from African countries and taken to the white world, and the husband and wife were separated, kids were separated, and they were living, and they were given food, and they were given certain amount of comfort in their life. Sometimes it was like a brutal and torturous. But here, you can see that the husband and wife perhaps like sitting in two different places while the procession of power happens right in front of them. And here is the death wish. You all must be knowing that there was even today you can see that like the people, the health workers, the doctors, nurses, and so on, when they come either dead or alive back to their places, if they are dead, like they are brought into the cemeteries, etc., people object them to be cremated, they object them to be buried, and the nurses are not allowed to the flats, etc., etc. You can see that there's a tremendous kind of power mongering out there, social hatred. There is no altruistic behavior out there. This is simply sort of different mentality that supports the selfishness of people. And I mean, I have to say, as the curator of this project, I have to say that like Ajit was not illustrating this. Instead, he was bringing the fundamental elements of human traits, like however civilized we are, sophisticated we are not fundamentally changed. We have the kind of genetic primitiveness in us. We try our best to withhold within the boundaries of sophistication and the social etiquettes. So here, guards and prisoners, you can see under the pillar, you can see the prisoners sort of people afraid of the guards standing out there in the other side of the corner. So here you don't know like that who are the prisoners and who are the guards. But Ajit has very clearly said that any normal thing, any human being doing any normal thing on a usual day has become something suspicious, something like a sin or a crime, which is actually looked was watched upon by the authorities. So you are always hiding. If you are going somewhere to buy vegetables, like you hide yourself because you are afraid that like whether it is permissible to go or not, and so on. So and you can see there is a huge loneliness. You are rendered alone. Nobody is there to come to help. Nobody is there to witness if you are being tortured, etc., etc. So we are caught in such a condition, which was which is said, which is highlighted by Giorgio Agamben and the state of exception in the theory of state of exception. Here we have some a type of work called a passport. It's like migrating from one place to another. There are a lot of divisions in between. There's a lot of spaces in between. So one has to cross over and one has to face the authority standing out there. It could be it could be the reality happening, whether it is in the Mexican border or in the Indo-Tibetan border, in the Bhutanese border, or any or Indo-Pak border, or now Indo-Chinese border, any place, So the work has a kind of contemporaneity which can relive its own reality, its own thingness, its own truth in every ongoing things or ongoing processes in our contemporary times. This is the work that gives the title to the show, which is called The Quarantine. You can see that the real action is happening in the street where a few people are playing badminton. So a simple game like a badminton, a simple activity, simple pleasurable activity like a badminton either becomes an act of rebellion or becomes a declaration of freedom. They are brought. They have just come down from from their homes and in the streets. They don't have anywhere else to go. And there is a kind of higher point of view. Like the artist is standing up there in an advantageous position, and he's making an overview of the situation and finding the city has gone into total quarantine, lockdown. This is surveillance. People are waiting for the master to say something. You can see on the right corner, on the left corner of the painting, there's a television, and up there's a camera, surveillance camera, and a guard and a guard dog are standing there to look at the people who are actually quarantined or confined within the round spaces, the limiting the Lakshmana Rekhas within which they are waiting with the masks for the master to say something so that they can act upon his words. And here it's called a turn. Once again, repeating or perhaps reflecting the same condition. Like people are waiting in their own cocoons, in their own lagoons, in their own isolated islands of existence in order to get their turn, to get something, to gain something, to hope for something, and to move ahead towards something, for something, a better future or something. Or in the evolution itself, in the way of making themselves men and women itself. And again, so that is we come to an end here of this thing, and I will request Ajit to say a few words for 5 to 8 minutes, so that we can move over to our other panelists. Ajit.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny Amal, and hi to all. Actually, I would like to show just a video view how this show is. It's a studio actually, so we will see how it's exhibited. I think you are able to see. This is our studio. Contradictory to the conventional view of galleries, special settings with lights and everything. See, during this time of lockdown, artists are pushed to show their work from their own studio with their limited, the ambience and all. I think it's an experiment. There's a famous kitchen bin of Corporation of Trivandrum. They are managing the waste disposal at the source itself. That's very famous for Trivandrum Corporation.
So where these people have gone? Ranjit and Nanak, they didn't come?
Actually, I'm trying. I already sent another invitation too. Okay, so I would like to talk about actually not about the art, but about the COVID as well. As we all know by now, COVID-19 has taught us that we are not living in a better condition than our ancestors have, nor we are not going to live in a better condition either. My generation never experienced the atrocities of the kind of feudal governance, the suffocation under British Raj, the notorious famines, the difficult times during world wars, or our struggle against or fight against the British, nor experienced death and suffering during the partition, etc. We are very much fortunate in that case. But a single microbe proved that we were not better in any way. We were already having lessons from China, England, Sweden, Italy, Spain, and many other countries, South Korea, Japan, how to deal with this pandemic, how to make a lockdown, how to make contact tracing, how to make quarantines, how to make isolations and everything. But unfortunately, I think we are living in a country without not much uh, importance is given to scientific temper, and this learning from other countries never was able to save us also. Even after 3 months of time, when the lockdown was declared, that was around, I think, less than 600 COVID cases. Now, even we put many measures like lockdown, uh, migration restrictions and everything. Still, our numbers has rise to 20,000 per day. So maybe if it continues like that, it can go up to crores of people maybe getting affected with COVID. So I was also, like everyone, I was locked up in my studio, and when this lockdown was declared. So I was not sure how much time this lockdown will go on. In Kerala, it was for 7 days actually. Then it became 21 days from the central government. And it was extended many times. So these paintings were started even without having the concept of lockdown or the quarantine or about the COVID atmosphere. But when I started working with certain images, from the very beginning of COVID lockdown period, I came to understand that it affects people very much differently. I mean, there was a recognizable difference or discrimination towards people who were affected by this COVID. In Kerala, you can see that in the middle class, they were very happy and they were actually living a leisurely life. They were not going out, they're not going to hill stations or beaches or somewhere else, but they are still in their houses, they are making food, they are living in a very leisurely life actually, like holidays. But on the other side of people, poor people, migrant workers, even migrant workers from Kerala have suffered a lot. So suddenly these imageries from the press and everything came into my painting, and all these works actually turned to, I mean, to represent what happens in my mind during this lockdown period, representing the actually the lockdown period of Indian social life. So that's what I have to tell about my works, and I will, if you are pleased, I will show my area works also, a few works, 10 or 20 works I will show you now. These are all watercolor works. This is actually a very lengthy work. This was exhibited in 2018, a show at Shangumugam Art Museum curated by Johnny ML in the show Body. I know that I am making quick moves, but there are more people to talk, so I'm moving it very fast. Yeah. So I'm just winding up, and I'll speak if time allows. Thank you.
So thank you, Ajit, very much for that wonderful presentation. I hope that most of the people, I mean, there are so many people out there, nearly 50 people out there seeing it, but definitely it was a quick, movement. So people may not have registered all the words, but I think like we have future sessions, so we can show them slowly. And also in a museum, we promise whoever are in Trivandrum, we promise that there will be further slideshows and so on. So now I welcome Sushma Sabanis from Bombay. Just I would like to ask her on this particular question, like how do you see this COVID impact in our socio-cultural scene, and I mean, how exactly it has affected the people and the artists, especially the art crowd in Mumbai. You can take around, say, like 10 to, sorry, 5 to 6 minutes to talk.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Okay. The first reaction to the COVID lockdown in Bombay, especially, was panic, fear, confusion, denial, if you can call it that. And that is, of course, um, it was all around. It's not just the artists, it's everybody who was hit by it. Um, Over time, the artists, I think, if you go through the social media for the past 3 months, you would find that the artists are the ones who, some artists in particular, believe that they had to do something to express or to respond to that kind of a pandemic experience. And um, being a Bombayite, I sort of took this as a kind of an inspiration from my fellow citizens. And I came up with a questionnaire, which I thought was very relevant at that time, and circulated it with a lot of artists, not just in Bombay, even in Calcutta and Bangalore and Karagat and Delhi. So I have been writing articles about the people who have come up with very distinct views, very distinct ways of dealing with the COVID experience. Though they are not infected, but they do live in containment areas, or they have been isolated for a long time. Though the artist experience is supposed to be, an artist is supposed to create when they are in, not supposed to, they usually prefer to be isolated when they create their own works. Personally, I believe that this is something that has helped a lot of people, because the journey has been not an outward journey, it's more an inward journey. People have thought about their artwork, the way they think about their society. Even if you are doing any style of artwork, you are forced to look at a much wider perspective, and you're forced to look at the situation that you are in and respond. And I suppose that is something very relevant. And we saw a lot of there are a lot of art related artist collective, you can call them, who responded, who were the first up with videos, which they started putting up videos about the lockdown. And there were people who were isolated, their children, they were also participating in those videos. And I thought that was one of those rare things that you find. I am a person who has been going to galleries quite often to watch shows, whenever I get the time. And I think that was the worst hit, because you're not allowed to go out, and there are a lot of stringent, there's a lot of restriction to your movement around. And I believe that because of that, a lot of things have moved to the virtual world. It's no more out there. It is in here, right here, in front of me. and it has its drawbacks, it has its plus points also. So I think there is some teething trouble as I see it, but it will get better. If I'm not mistaken, I think it will get only better. Yeah, that's my take. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sushma. Like Ajit, we hope Namit Ganguly and Ranjit to join us soon. I think like they were around.
Nanak was joined from a different account actually.
Okay.
He'll be rejoining soon.
Okay. What about Ranjit?
Ranjit was there actually. Maybe some internet connections, I think.
Okay.
Not available.
So. Okay. Let me. Yeah. I think like before I go to the next question, maybe like you can also talk about a bit about what is the real impact on the art world. I mean, in Kerala, in Kerala in particular, and in general, like what you have observed, and you know how it has impacted, like how COVID has impacted the art scene. Especially, like there were some attempts from certain quarters to help artists financially. I mean, though however meager it was or it is, would it actually help, like giving out some like a little bit of money to the artists? To overcome or cross over to this overcome these COVID days, will this little amount help in whatever way? What's your view? Go on. You got my question, Ajit. Hello. Ajit, hello. Ajit, hello. Ajit.
You are asking Sushma, no?
No, I was asking you. Sushma has already answered. Yeah. I was asking you.
That's a wonderful question. But
okay, you heard it. Okay.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think that we cannot make any. Any clarity on how artists survive during this period? Any correct answer on this? These are very subjective. So, now what is pushed is like not only artists, to the whole community. It has been said or it has been advised that this is a very difficult time. This is a hard time. You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your jobs. You have to sacrifice your activities. You have to get locked down. So you can go into famine, hunger. So everything you have to sacrifice. That is what we are taught or we are advised. We were forced to do, forced to receive. I think that's not correct when you look into the history, the whole history of human, or not even human, whole history of life. Not even a second, no species, including human, ever lived without a difficult time. Not even a second. So every second we are struggling. Actually, we are struggling. Now, if you look at the press conference or press meet from the whoever at the government bodies, you can see that you just wait for some time. Everything will be normal. We shall overcome. We will be having a very bright future ahead. So I think that's a wrong message. So for every second, because of we are actually living in a hard time for personal reasons, for social reasons, or political reasons, we are actually struggling. So there should not be having any differences. So I think artists have to work from regional areas. They have to find out patterns. They have to seek resources. They have to try hard, because the COVID happened actually during this period, like in this period, even before this COVID period, artists were struggling. Very few artists from Kerala, I know, maybe less than 10 or some artists were actually getting income purely from making an artwork. So there is not much difference when COVID impacts on them also.
Yeah, that's a good answer. But I just want to make a rejoinder to it. Like I want to add that like people, especially the artists, have a kind of very optimistic thinking that everything will go back to the pre-COVID days, like as it was in the pre-COVID days. But as Ajit has pointed out, it is not going to happen at all. It is not going to happen. We talk about traditions, Indian traditions, or like regional traditions, or provincial traditions, or whatever of tradition.
Johnny Amal's volume is very low. Yeah, our participants are actually suggesting.
Okay, yeah. So now how is it?
Like, it's okay for me, but okay, you can hold your mic very close to your.
Yeah, I'm holding it like.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, anyway.
Or you can increase the volume or something.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is the maximum.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Carry on.
So the pre-COVID days, like people thinking of going back to the normal. But as far as I am concerned, and as most of the social thinkers and intellectuals are concerned, that according to their views, there is no going back. There is a kind of a post-COVID new normal. Everything is going to be different. For example, like if we take the European example, how Europe has progressed, how there are so many museums, how they are they are advanced in their culture, in their history, in their everything, like in their technology, etc. Why? Because there have been constant crises throughout their history, either in the form of war or in the form of pestilence. And actually, if you take the example of Britain, even in 18th century, Britain didn't have proper sewage system, drainage system. There was a looming filth, looming gaseous substance there in the atmosphere of England. That was actually the fumes coming from the human excreta. So the primary thing that led them to civilization, progress, or development was the establishment of sewage system. So Britain changed completely. And the excavations, expeditions, and the money, the trades, etc., actually total, and the supremacy, the economic supremacy that they established all over the world, helped them to establish a new kind of world, a civilized world, according to them, as far as they are concerned, with power, money, etc., but with change, with the social changes, with the cultural changes. They were constantly evolving. They were actually discarding the age-old habits, etc., etc. Primarily, if you take the example of their table manners, how they use cutlery, how they use knife and fork. Why? They also were the same people. They were also coming from the same Homo sapien breed and Homo sapien stock, who used the fingers, hands to eat. But this idea of cleanliness, the idea of sanitized existence, helped them to evolve. Actually, if you look at our own existence, like during the last 30 days, we have changed considerably. Our idea of social sanitizing, social sanitation, cleanliness, our idea about public urination, jaywalking, gathering, meeting, involving with people, social engagement, everything changed fundamentally. And if that is called a sophistication, we are moving towards it. We can't just say that, like, we are held up somewhere. No, we are moving. Each practice, each human mundane, day-to-day, ordinary practice of human beings is changing. They are changing, and that is going to create a new situation. Plus, aided by technology, everybody is going to reinvent himself or herself in this post-COVID scenario, if at all there is a post-COVID scenario. So that means artists are also not going to function in that way. Oh, Nanak Ganguly is coming. Like, we will welcome Nanak Ganguly very soon.
Oh, so, hi.
Yeah, hi, Nanak. I mean,
Hi, Johnny.
Yes, at long last, my God.
yeah, I understand. I understand.
You know
So,
what? You know what? Yeah, what happened? I mean, they asked me to log in from Yahoo and they are showing the invalid password again and
oh yeah,
again. So
yeah,
I,
it should have been Gmail, yeah.
Papa, quarantine Papa.
But are we
But I was enjoying. Yeah.
are we seeing you as Mac Buckman's portrait or as Nanak Ganguly? Ajit, can you see Nanak
Yeah,
Ganguly's
yeah,
face?
sure. I can see. I can
Okay,
see.
Okay.
I
Okay.
see him.
With my red glasses, red
Yeah,
frame glasses. So at long
okay.
last, Sushma, hi. But I was enjoying all along.
Oh
I,
yeah.
yeah, I could see you. I could see the introduction by
Yeah,
Johnny, then Ajit's video
Johnny, you can ask him to.
Oh yeah. Okay.
of
Yeah.
So
Now
paintings.
he's okay.
yeah. So Nanak,
He's able to.
Nanak, let me right away. I mean, are your hands sanitized? Have you used the
Yeah,
sanitizer?
they are. They
Okay,
are.
okay. Welcome
But I don't know
to
whether my mind is sanitized.
yeah. Welcome to a museum.
Yeah.
The
Thank
third
you
floor.
so much. So kind of you. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have this webinar and we have already given the initial dialogues and the introductions and so on. Sushma has
Okay.
already
I've listened
yeah,
them.
yeah,
I've
listen.
listened them.
So let me for the formality's sake, let me invite you once again. I have already introduced you formally. So let me shoot the question right away. How do you see the post-COVID scenario? Sorry. How do you see the impact of COVID in our socio-cultural scenario, and how it has affected the people in West Bengal in general and Calcutta in particular? That is your functional field.
Before I come to that, Johnny, I must say that I must congratulate you for this wonderful idea of opening up the museum,
Thank you.
because I've been going through what you've been saying about all this body of work, his paintings. They sucked me in. They're mammoth. They speak eloquently of the dark times that we're living in right now. But before I do that, I would like to say that you have opened up a museum to an alternate space, which I think is spectacular, which is so democratic. Because I'm basically an anti-museum man. Don't take it in a negative way. It's not a negative kind of a thing, but it's in a positive way. I mean, an anti-museum man is because of the fact that people they create a binary where people they don't mediate, but here you have allowed people to self-mediate. There is no dispute, no kind of confrontation with the body of work, or how do they relate, or how do they react to the work. But you know what? I was just heard a few days back that a curator tries to create a site of argument in a museum. No, leave them to the viewers. Let them be self-mediating with the work. And some people also say, I just heard a couple of days back, let us be drunk with art. Why you should have to be drunk with what? Go to that cafeteria and drink in the museum. You go and react, you walk along, and you have allowed people to participate with Ajit's work, which I think is brilliant. Because from this point, because it reminds me also to Vivan's exhibition at the Victoria, where the Victoria Memorial was opened up their colonial doors, and he made that that very memorable and very spectacular and a pivotal painting towards freedom. Here you have done the same. You have opened up the museum doors to an alternate space, which I think is brilliant, and it will. I think for a curator, I mean, when we'll go back, teaching curation in art colleges and in our classes, we'll talk about this exhibition, how you have opened up a democratic space, because this is all about where the curation starts. Because I tell you the reason why I've liked it so much, Johnny. Are you listening me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I tell you what, because
And all,
because I'm a contemporary art writer. I write on contemporary artists. Say for example, I curate the moment a museum buys an Ajit's work, Ajit's painting. The moment it enters a museum, it becomes an antique. But I, as a curator, you as a curator, our job is to invigorate and recycle Ajit's work, and you have done exactly that. You have performed the role of a present-day curator, and from here the curation starts.
yeah,
And this reminds me of a senior curator, Swiss curator, when he says that open the doors, remove the paintings, play ping pong. That's the theme of curation. There where the curation starts. And you
yeah,
have done that exactly in Trivandrum today with our
yeah.
museum.
I think that,
Congratulations.
thank you. That was Hans Obrist, the Swiss curator you're talking about. It must be Hans. Yeah. So actually, the credit goes to Ajit,
and also Don Cladders also.
Yeah. The credit goes to Ajit and so many doctors, professionals, artists in Trivandrum. They are completely involved in, and they are out there to help us. You ask for, they are like Aladdin's the booth in the Aladdin's magic lamp. You know, you ask for a book, they bring the book. You ask for a chair, they bring the chair. You know, so I mean, there's a great help coming in from different places. You know. So will you just say a few words about the impact of COVID in the Calcutta art scenario?
Because these days, start my video later.
No.
Yeah, you can start your video, please. Yeah.
Okay. So the point is, yes, I know some of the artists. We speak on phone because this is how we share, you know. And I also look forward to them because I kind of live in a pad that I'm surrounded by books, but but I'm not going out also for the last 3 months because I'm trying to stay at home. But the point is, Johnny, people are confused and also they're agonized to the extent that they really don't know what's happening. They can't even focus. I ask them to read books, to meditate, to do a little bit of exercise and get back to their work. But it's taking time. And do you know what's the anxiety is all about? The anxiety is about a comeback to a simple thing. I'm using a slang here, Ajit. I'm using a slang here, Johnny. I'm using a slang here, Ranjit. It's the mullah, the money. They don't know. I mean, how they're going to, you know, when the sun rises tomorrow, how they're going to face the situation tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah.
I know few people. They're bright, young, fantastic painters, Johnny. You also know some of them. They live on tuition, you know, giving coaching classes, private tuition, and that has totally stopped. So these are the basic, you know, the realities of life. But getting back to the work, yes, we have our webinars. We speak on phone. We do this. They're getting back. They're posting that. They're taking that, you know, that poster challenge or that painting challenge. They're doing it. We can see the work. But every one of us, we are deeply frustrated.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nanak. Ranjit, welcome back. आपसे मैं एक सुन सकते हो? रंजित सुन सकते हो?
जी सर।
या ओके, तो आपसे मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि ये कोविड का इम्पैक्ट आपके लाइफ में कैसे हुआ और दिल्ली का आर्ट सीन में कैसे हुआ, कैसे है हमारा दोस्त लोग आर्टिस्ट लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं उसके बारे में, और जनरली इम्पैक्ट क्या क्या है, गैलरीज क्या कर रहा है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा।
जी सर, एक बार फिर से आप क्वेश्चन
सुना क्वेश्चन सुना है?
नहीं सर।
ये कोविड आपका लाइफ में कौन सा इम्पैक्ट लाया, कैसे वाला इम्पैक्ट लाया है, और हमारा जो आर्टिस्ट दोस्त लोग हैं दिल्ली में उनका सिचुएशन कैसा है, और गैलरीज अभी क्या कर रहा है? मैंने कल सुना कि लाडोसराय में अधिकतर ज्यादा से ज्यादा गैलरीज खोल चुका है, दे आर कीपिंग द गैलरीज ओपन। तो आपका ये इसका रिएक्शन क्या है, रिस्पॉन्स क्या है?
हाँ, पहले तो सबको नमस्ते।
नमस्कार।
मैं जिस जगह पे हूँ उस जगह पे आज के टाइम में सिचुएशन थोड़ा ज्यादा क्रिटिकल है, और मैं जिस तरह से देख पा रहा हूँ आर्ट सीन को, उसमें बहुत मुश्किल है कि एक कलाकार जो है अपने समाज को देख रहा है और कुछ नहीं कर पा रहा, मजबूर है। और जहाँ तक आर्ट सीन की बात है,
one second, Ranjit, can you start your video, Ranjit?
1 minute.
Yeah, please.
जो नीचे जो
दीक्षा
नीचे जो पैनल है उसमें देखो, उधर उसमें स्टॉप वीडियो स्टार्ट वीडियो का एक बटन है आपका लेफ्ट साइड में।
അപ്പോൾ ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്കലി വീഡിയോ ഓൺ ആവുന്നത്.
Okay,
okay, Ranjit. Hello, Ranjit. Can you hear? Okay, I think Johnny, we can come back to Ranjit after some time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we can go move to the second question, like how the art scene's future, like the post-COVID scenario, what could be the art scene's future? Sushma, can you just shed some light on this?
I believe that the art scenes, as we see it, looks quite bleak as of now. However, in Bombay, there are a few things that I have noticed that are happening. Sorry. There are a few galleries in Bombay, and in fact, they are not just in Bombay. There is Vadera, and there is Kemold, and a few other Sakshi and these kind of galleries who have come together along with Dubai's galleries to create a platform, an online platform. It's called In Touch. And if you do notice, I mean, they have a website and everything, and you would find that there are a lot of online shows that they are supposedly trying to do. And one particular in one of the earlier webinars which I did have a chance to look through, it was said that one of the artists called Dhruvi Acharya, who's I think a Kemold artist, she had a very good response to that platform, through that platform. So coming to the fact that these kind of platforms again are visible for mainstream galleries, and they have the infrastructure, they have the so-called the build-up and everything that they can invest in and create an outreach. Whereas some this is of course the public this is the private galleries I'm talking about. But when you talk about public galleries like Jahangir Art Galleries or Nehru Center, where majority of the artists do have shows throughout the year, like 52 weeks, they keep on having shows, and it is more approachable for them to book a gallery, even if it is like it takes 7 years for your turn to come. Such galleries, there would be a problem because first of all, there cannot be a crowding, and these are like these galleries, the public galleries will always ask for they rely on a footfall, the number of people who just randomly walk in on a daily basis. There are lakhs of people walking in depending on the season that's happening. So in such a case, I think that in a public gallery, the brunt of it, so to speak, would be seen, even if these galleries eventually open up. Because first of all, the hygiene or the sanitation or the rules and regulation, the health hazards that are there's more liability of problems arising there regarding the COVID spread than in a private gallery, which can be booked, or on an appointment base you can have a show, a private viewing or whatever. Sales again is I think that's a question left to God or something, because I don't know how sales actually happen. Because I believe that on a whether it's a public gallery or a private gallery or an art dealer or the artist directly, it depends on how the collector or the buyer looks at these works in person or in online, and they like something. I know a few people who have told me that they may like something online, but they insist on looking at it in person. And when you take the work to them and say, no, we don't really like it. So how to reclaim that kind of a, the market space for that kind of thing is very difficult for the artists. When I did the interviews with so many artists, and the questionnaires that I sent, the last question I asked was, if the lockdown continued for 1 year, would you be able to survive as an artist? And I think 90% of the answers said no. It is very difficult. It is very difficult to be able to, do your work or survive as an artist. Yes, commission-based work is always there, but what about other people who don't do commission-based work or who don't have that kind of a network? So there has to be something that can be done to, answer these queries which remain unanswered.
Okay, Ranjit, over to Ranjit. Ranjit, तुम बात करो.
जी 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 सर, आवाज आ रही है हमारी?
हाँ, आ रहा है.
पहले तो सबको नमस्ते, और आपको और अजीत सर को खास बधाई इस शो के लिए. मैंने जिस तरह से इस 2-3 महीनों में चीज़ों को देखा है, उसमें मुश्किल घड़ी तो है, लेकिन हमें एक स्पेस मिल रहा है इस समय अपने आप के बारे में सोचने का, और इसी सोच में हम अपने आसपास के लोगों के बारे में भी बहुत ही जागरूक तरीके से सोच पा रहे हैं, देख पा रहे हैं कि उनकी भूमिका हमारे और हमारे आर्ट में क्या है. तो जो कि मैं शुरू से ही चाइल्ड लेबर्स या लेबर क्लास को लेके ही काम करता रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा सराउंडिंग जो लोग थे वो उसी तरह के लोग थे. तो जो कि मैं अभी मेट्रो सिटीज़ में हूँ, तो यहाँ के प्रॉब्लम्स और छोटे शहरों के प्रॉब्लम्स में बहुत अंतर है, क्योंकि यहाँ के लोग जो है हर चीज़ पे डिपेंडेंट है लोगों के ऊपर. छोटे शहरों में इतना ज़्यादा लोग एक दूसरे के ऊपर निर्भर नहीं होते हैं. वहाँ आसानी से चीज़ें जो है लोग इकट्ठा कर सकते हैं. लेकिन यहाँ का सिचुएशन जो है, दिल्ली का सिचुएशन जो है, अगर आप सरकारी तबके को देखेंगे तो उसी तरह से ढीले ढाले तरीके से चीज़ों को संभालने की कोशिश हो रही है. और जहाँ तक है कि कलाकार अपना हस्तक्षेप करने की कोशिश में लगा हुआ है लगातार अपने आर्ट वर्क के थ्रू, या फिर बहुत सारे इस तरह के टॉक जो हम ऑनलाइन क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, बातचीत कर रहे हैं और जागरूक कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे के बारे में. तो ये बहुत अच्छा है, और ये हम कलाकार या फिर और भी ऐसे लोग जो इस तरह के टॉक को सुन पा रहे हैं उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा है. लेकिन हमारे आसपास जिस तरह से चीज़ें घट रही है कोविड की वजह से, एक वायरस की वजह से, जिस तरह से आज हम डरे हुए हैं, छुपे हुए हैं, उससे बचने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, हमें सोचने की ज़रूरत है कि इस तरह के सिचुएशन कैसे क्रिएट किया गया. हमने खुद क्रिएट किया है इस तरह के सिचुएशन को. हम नज़रअंदाज करते हैं अपने आसपास के नेचर को. तो ये सिचुएशन की जिम्मेवारी तो हमारी ही है, और इस जिम्मेवारी से निकलने का रास्ता भी हमें ही तलाश करना पड़ेगा. तो जहाँ तक सर्वाइविंग की बात है, गैलरियाँ बंद हो जाए, कल्चरल जो सोसाइटीज है वो बंद हो जाए, लेकिन आर्टिस्ट फिर भी जिंदा रहेगा. जिसको करना है काम, जिसको एक हस्तक्षेप समाज में देना है अपने विजुअल आर्ट के जरिए, वो तो काम करेगा ही. उसके लिए कोई अंतर नहीं पड़ता. आप अगर इतिहास को देखते हैं तो सबसे ज़्यादा काम जो है 20वीं शताब्दी में उसी समय हुआ जब मानव विश्व युद्ध के दौरान बहुत ज़्यादा जो है मारा गया या त्रस्त था. उसी समय सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छे आर्टवर्क हुए हैं, सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छे पोएम्स लिखे गए हैं, या सबसे अच्छे जो है लिटरेचर लिखे गए हैं. अगर हम वेस्टर्न आर्ट को उठा के देखते हैं तो हम जब वहाँ के बड़े पोएट या बड़े राइटर्स को उठा के देखते हैं तो सबसे अच्छे जो साहित्य लिखे गए हैं उसी दौरान लिखे गए हैं, या सबसे अच्छे जो पेंटिंग्स बनाए गए हैं उसी दौरान बनाए गए हैं, क्योंकि उनका ताल्लुकात डायरेक्ट सीधा जो है समाज से था, और उसको कम्युनिकेट करना उतना ही आसान था. तो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम सतर्क हो जाएं कि हम एक सपनों की दुनिया से बाहर आएं, और जो यथार्थ है उस यथार्थ के जो ओस है उससे अपने आप को जो है सींचे, और अपना जो वृक्ष है, जो आर्ट का जो वृक्ष है, इसको इतना ज़्यादा विशाल कर लें कि वो किसी भी तेज किरण से या धूप के उससे कभी मुरझाए ना. तो उसमें इस तरह के जो है बीमारियां आती रहेगी, इस तरह की त्रासदी आती रहेगी, लेकिन इसी बीच जो है एक कलाकार जो है अपने आप को जिंदा रखेगा और इतिहास में अपने आप को दर्ज करेगा, एक इतिहास लिखने की कोशिश करेगा, ताकि आने वाला जनरेशन जो है उसको देखेगा, इस समस्याओं को जानेगा। तो मुझे लगता है कि हमारी जो अपनी प्राथमिकता है या हमारी जो हमारा जो रोल है इस समाज में, हमारा रोल आज के टाइम में सिर्फ एक पेंटर के बदौलत नहीं है कि हम अपने चित्र के जरिए लोगों को जागरूक करें। हमारा रोल डायरेक्ट सोसाइटी के साथ कनेक्ट होके उनको किस तरह से हम हेल्प कर पाएं और किस तरह से जो है हम उनकी मदद कर पाएं। या सरकार जो आज तक सोया हुआ है, जो इतने बड़े बड़े वादे करते हैं, इतने बड़े आंकड़े दे रहे हैं, लेकिन उसमें आज के टाइम में देखेंगे कि आर्ट एंड कल्चर के लिए 0% भी कुछ भी नहीं है। तो वो नहीं है, लेकिन हम कोशिश करें कि उनको बताने की कोशिश करें कि सोसाइटी में जो है अगर आर्टिस्ट नहीं होगा तो कोई संस्कृति डेवलप नहीं होगी, क्योंकि हम इसी समाज से जो है सीखते हैं और अपने आर्ट में उतारते हैं। और जब आर्ट को सोसाइटी एक्सेप्ट कर लेता है तो हमारी संस्कृति बन जाती है, और उसी संस्कृति को हम ढोते रहते हैं वर्षों वर्षों तक कि हमारी संस्कृति, हमारा कल्चर जो है खत्म हो रहा है, हमें उसे बचाने की जरूरत है। तो बहुत जरूरी है कि जो सरकारें संस्कृति और कल्चर्स की बात करती है, तो संस्कृति और कल्चर जो है एक आर्टिस्ट के द्वारा ही डेवलप किया गया है। क्योंकि अगर विजुअल आर्ट नहीं होता तो हम जो है प्री हिस्टोरिकल टाइम में गुफाओं में कैसे रहते रहे थे या फिर किस तरह से जानवर से अपना बचाव कर रहे थे, उसका तरीका हम जो है नहीं ढूंढ पाते। तो ये बहुत जरूरी है कि जो समाज में जो आर्टिस्ट है और जो उसके आर्ट वर्क हैं, उसके जरिए ही जो है एक लैंग्वेज है जिससे हम आज इतने लंबे टाइम को पार करने के बाद हम अपने आप को सुव्यवस्थित कहते हैं। हमने तमाम डेवलपमेंट कर लिया, लेकिन हम उस डेवलपमेंट के बाद आज एक पिंजरे में बंद हैं, एक घरों में बंद हैं। ये क्यों, ऐसा क्यों स्थिति आया? तो बहुत जरूरी है कि कलाकार जो है आज के टाइम में नेचर की तरफ भी ध्यान दे और उसमें हमने जो प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट किया है उसको अपने चित्रों में एक जगह दे, या अपने लिटरेचर में या अपने पोएम में। और एक जो इतिहास लिखने की कोशिश हो रही है कि आगे का जनरेशन उसको देखेगा, समझेगा इस सिचुएशन को, तो उसके लिए कुछ ऐसा आधार मिले आगे की इस तरह की सिचुएशन को रोका जाए। तो मेरा ये समझदारी है इस सिचुएशन को लेके।
Thank you, Ranjit. Abhi, actually, Ranjit was saying that the crisis is an opportunity for artists to make great art, and the history of Western art or any kind of history of art, you can see crisis has given birth to great art. Sushma has just said that like online is another possibility that the biggest galleries in the country are, trying to, So, do you think that, Nanak Ganguly, do you think that like online galleries are going to help? This crisis is taking the whole art scenario in the virtual field. I mean, what's your take on this?
Yes, Johnny, that's the only way out. I mean, that's the only way out. I mean, for the galleries, you can have that Friday moment where you can, go for that white wine or that wafers and cheese. I mean, those days. But I mean, to sustain, for the sustainability of all of ours, we have to depend on online. But for me, particularly as a writer, this is a very particular intellectual moment for me, because here I can concentrate more. I don't have to catch Uber. If I have to see an exhibition, I can see online. Then I can concentrate more into my writings, more into reading, which is very important for our craft. You are yourself a writer. So for our craft, we have to read more, we have to write, and we have to recycle and invigorate, that I've said. And for the artist, you cannot live without artists. I mean, because art, it's a kind of breathing. I mean, that's how the structure is. I mean, this is how the subjective and how you subjectively relate to that structure. And then you set the discourse. So the artist will be there, the online will be there, and the sales will be there. It's not necessarily that we all catch up on that particular Friday evening, but we are all here right now. For example, here You're far away in Trivandrum. I'm here in Calcutta, Shushma in Bombay, Ranjit in Delhi. And we are all talking about, we are inside Ranjit's exhibition in,
Ajit.
yeah, sorry, sorry, I mean, Ajit's exhibition. I think, don't you think this is fantastic? So there is always a way out. There is always something, which waits for us in the corner, which is, which gives us hope to carry on, to live on with our practices, with our.
Yeah, thank you, Nanakji, for that. Like now we have 10 minutes, so I will ask you a quick question. Is it possible for such initiatives like a museum in Trivandrum? We have created this museum, and is it possible such initiatives, coming up in your cities, like starting with Sushma? Is it possible in Bombay, or are there already some institutions like this?
Alternative art spaces are already in practice, if you can call it that. There are a few that come to mind. One is, like I said earlier, Potential Group. That's an artist collective. They are functioning as a group. Of course, their studio space itself was in containment, but now they are out of it. Then there are 2-3 other places, like there's an organization called Dotland Space, which also works alongside Nine Fish Gallery with the Great Eastern Gallery. These people have been doing some fantastic shows. They have a virtual presence, they have an actual presence, and they come up with some interesting, not just visual art, even performance art and new age kind of engagements. Recently, I saw another art gallery which cropped up just maybe a year back, and they have been doing some fantastic work, which is The Method. So I believe that it is not just the public gallery or the private galleries, the mainstream private galleries, which are going to take or vie for that virtual space, because the internet, according to me, is a very uniform medium. It doesn't discriminate. So the amount of space that a mainstream gallery can occupy, so can a small time or lesser known gallery could occupy. So the competition is out, the gloves are off, so it would require a lot more engagement, a lot more thought about how and what kind of art is being displayed. It is no more about creating hierarchies and elitism and all that, and the groupism, the coteries. I believe that is what will change in the future. That is exactly what internet does. It opens up the market to everybody. So thank you.
Thank you, Sushma. Nanakji, what about Calcutta? Calcutta, do you already have such initiatives like alternative spaces?
Johnny, we are having, webinars and conversations which are excellent. You can, there are young people who can talk to directly. They can talk to some senior artists whom they used to look in awe in the past years, or they can have a direct conversation. They can listen to them. I think these are very, very fruitful ones to have conversations, to look at the work, to know and to hear what they say, what they think about the situation. This is a very fine aspect. But so-called alternative spaces, I think Calcutta will end up slowly. I mean, we need some more curators to come up with such ideas. There were in the future. I just mentioned Vivan Show, how he opened up the doors, how the curator of Victoria Memorial opened up the doors of the Victoria, of that colonial edifice. I mean, to people to interact, to mediate, to self-mediate. It's like an architecture. We are yet to build up that architecture that you are talking about. You have started it in Trivandrum. We are going to do it. It's all about architecture, how we build it, how people will, come in slowly. And as Shushmaji said, it is going to become more democratic, more mediating, and people will come and participate more and more. And they will connect the works. And our jobs as curator, you and me, is to connect this to the work of the artist and the spectator, and to remove us slowly. The more we are silent, the more people they react to each other and connect to each other, the more it's better for any exhibition site.
Thank you, Nanak ji. Ranjit, कैसे वो हमारे दिल्ली में अभी ऑलरेडी खोज अपने आप एस्टैब्लिश हो गया, अभी एक बड़ा सा इंस्टीट्यूशन है. अभी दिल्ली में ऐसा पॉसिबिलिटीज है, छोटा छोटा आर्टिस्ट कलेक्टिव्स बनने के लिए अभी वैसा स्पेसेस है, और तुम्हारा इनिशिएटिव कुछ है ऑलरेडी, तुम बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ काम कर रहे हैं। आई थिंक लाइक यू आर वर्किंग विद सत्यार्थी, व्हाट इज हिज नेम, Matsasya award winner,
कैलाश सत्यार्थी,
Kailash Satyarthi, you are already working with him. तो तुम्हारा इसके बारे में तुम्हारा विचार क्या है? ऑल्टरनेटिव स्पेसेस पॉसिबल है या नहीं?
पॉसिबिलिटी तो सर है इस चीज की, लेकिन लोग पहल नहीं करना चाह रहे हैं अभी यहाँ पे। ज़्यादातर ऑनलाइन सोच हो रहे हैं, जैसे अनंत आर्ट गैलरी है, उसने कुछ कमर्शियल सोच किया, आर्ट पॉजिटिव ने किया, और भी जो गैलरी है इसी तरह के एग्जीबिशंस कर रहे हैं। लेकिन पॉसिबिलिटी है इस तरह का कि खोज, जो कि खोज तो में तो अभी कोई इस तरह के सोच नहीं हो रहे हैं, जो कि इतना बड़ा स्पेस है वहाँ होना चाहिए इस समय। लेकिन इस तरह के स्पेस की संभावना तो है, जैसे नीव आर्ट सेंटर है वहाँ हो सकता है, लेकिन वहाँ भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है अभी। और जो कि लॉकडाउन तो एक तरह से दिल्ली में खुल चुका है, लोग जा ही रहे हैं, आ रहे हैं, सब कुछ खरीद रहे हैं, तो एग्जीबिशन क्यों नहीं किया जा सकता है? जब ऑफिसेज में 30% से ज़्यादा लोग आ रहे हैं तो एग्जीबिशंस भी खोल सकते हैं। वैसे भी एग्जीबिशन में लोग आते ही कितने हैं, 10, 20, 50 ऐसे लोग आते हैं, और एक एक करके लोग आते हैं। तो एग्जीबिशन स्पेस तो खोलना ही चाहिए जहाँ लोग, क्योंकि इतने महीनों से लोग घरों में बंद हैं, एक मोनोटोनस है लाइफ में, तो इससे बहुत तरह का आप देखेंगे कि मानसिक दबाव भी है लोगों के अंदर में। हाँ, सिनेमा हॉल आप ना खोले जहाँ पे बहुत भीड़ होता है, लेकिन इस तरह के कल्चरल सेंटर्स को ओपन करना चाहिए जहाँ ध्यान रख के जो है लोग बैठ सके, एक दूसरे से दूरी बना के, तो करना चाहिए। संभावना है, लेकिन लोग पहल नहीं करना चाहते इस तरह का। मेरा खुद का प्लान था कि दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट के साथ मिलके आप आम आदमी पार्टी के जो भी इस तरह के लोग हैं जो थोड़ा कल्चर्स समझदारी उनकी अच्छी है, उनके साथ जुड़ के कुछ इस तरह का स्पेस तलाश किया जाए, जहाँ पे एक तो जो नए माध्यम में काम करने वाले जो नए बच्चे हैं उनके काम को डिस्प्ले किया जाए, या फिर इस तरह के काम को जो एजुकेशन के साथ मतलब आर्ट और एक लैंग्वेज, एक भाषा जो इतिहास को बता रहा हो, उस तरह के काम को जो है वहाँ एग्जिबिट किया जाए, ताकि लोगों के अंदर थोड़ी सी जागरूकता भी हो काम को देख के, और एक संभावना भी बने, लोग समझ पाएं कि आर्ट एंड कल्चर क्या है। क्योंकि आर्ट एंड कल्चर का तो सोसाइटी में ऐसे भी रोल जीरो ही है, क्योंकि जब सरकारें पूरी तरह से छोड़ दी है लोगों को, आर्ट के बारे में सोचती भी नहीं है कि एक आर्टिस्ट जो है 5 महीने से 6 महीने से अपने घर में बंद है तो वो कैसे सरवाइव करता हो, क्योंकि वो जॉब तो है नहीं। तो खुद से कोशिश करना पड़ेगा, खुद से लोगों से मिलके इस तरह की जगह को तलाश करना पड़ेगा, और कुछ इस तरह के प्रोग्राम्स को करना पड़ेगा। तो संभावना है, लेकिन लोग करना नहीं चाहते हैं इस तरह की एक्टिविटी का, क्योंकि आर्ट का जो सीन है पूरी तरह से कमर्शियल हो गया, पूरी तरह से वो पैसे के साथ जुड़ गया, जिसकी वजह से क्या होता है कि एक कॉमन मैन के लिए कोई स्पेस नहीं है आर्ट के लिए। एक कॉमन मैन के एजुकेशन के साथ आर्ट का कोई संबंध नहीं है, क्योंकि आप देखेंगे कि बड़े बड़े यूनिवर्सिटीज़ और कॉलेजों में आप किसी से पूछ लें कि आपने कभी पेंटिंग्स देखा है, तो उन्होंने कभी भी पूरी ज़िंदगी में पेंटिंग्स नहीं देखा, आर्ट नहीं देखा है, आर्ट के नाम पे कैलेंडर्स देखा है। तो एक आर्ट के जरिए कैसे जागरूकता लाई जाए लोगों के अंदर, इसके बारे में सोचना बहुत ज़रूरी है। क्योंकि आर्ट एक ऐसी चीज़ है, या म्यूजिक एक ऐसा चीज़ है, एक ऐसा लैंग्वेज है जो लोगों को सभ्य बनाता है, सुसंस्कृत बनाता है। मतलब संस्कृति का मतलब, एक कल्चर का मतलब ये नहीं कि हम एक दूसरे को मार दें अपनी संस्कृति को बचाने के लिए। सुसंस्कृति मतलब श्वास का जो खूबसूरती है, जो जुड़ाव है, वो हम किस तरह से अपनी लाइफ को जी रहे हैं, किस तरह से संगठित तरीके से हम समाज को डेवलप कर रहे हैं, वो मेरे हिसाब से तो हम उसके लिए क्या पहल कर सकते हैं इस सिचुएशन में, इस टाइम में, वो हमें खुद सोचना पड़ेगा। और आपने जिस तरह का एक क्रिएट किया सोच, और सर ने जितना अच्छा काम किया, पर्सनली मैं बधाई दे रहा हूँ कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि इससे सीख के यहाँ दिल्ली में भी या मुंबई में भी इस तरह की सोच को क्रिएट किया जाए। जब लोग 10-20 निकल रहे हैं रोड पे तो सोच भी देख सकते हैं जाके। तो मैं तो मेरी अपनी एक समझदारी ये डेवलप हो रही है कि लोगों को खुद से सामने आना पड़ेगा और इस तरह के जिम्मेवारी को लेते हुए लोगों को समझाने के लिए भी आर्ट दिखाना पड़ेगा कि हाँ इस तरह की सिचुएशन से कैसे बचा जा सके।
Okay, thank you, Rajit. As a part of concluding note, what Ajit would like to say?
I would like to say that our some of our attendees are actually raised their hands. Can you ask Job CA and Subramanian if they have something to mention? Can you ask them to talk?
Yeah, why not? Like they
One
can
Job
take,
CA,
well,
Job CA and Subramanian.
yeah. Job,
Can you ask?
you can, yeah. Now Job can ask a question or make an observation or whatever. Like take 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah, I have already told send my comment in the chat box. I hope you can hear me.
The voice is not clear. Ajit? Hello? Ajit?
Can you ask Subramanian also?
Actually, I didn't get what Job asked.
Oh, he just want to listen, I think.
Okay. So what about Subramanian? Subramanian wants to ask a question or make an observation. You can switch on his mic. Subramanian's mic is off. You may switch it on. Ajit? We have exceeded our time limit. Like we
Okay.
Yeah.
We will proceed. So, I think it's very interesting to listen, especially the Ranjit Singh's comments on the art scene is very touching. So I think we are all ignoring one point at this time. That is, when we look around, the lockdown has been completed. We have lifted the lockdown. We are entering the unlock phase 2. So if you consider Kerala or Trivandrum, what we could see is that everything is open. The malls are open. The roads are open. The vehicles are open. All the public services, traffic are open. Taxis are open. Auto rickshaws are open. So one thing is not open. That's a place usually for centuries maybe only a few people visit. That is the art galleries. From this point, we could understand that how art is given a grade in our society. So I think it's a right time. It's a good time. There is no problem actually in opening all the galleries or museums all over India. I would like to suggest that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you for that. Like that, the wonderful suggestion, and those people who are listening to us, listening to this, attending this webinar, must be taking this message in their respective places and to their respective authorities and convey this. Thank you, Nanak ji. Even if there were some technical glitches in the beginning, you are finally able to make it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for those valuable comments.
Always.
Like museums being an open space, people to come and create their own meaning of art. Like people make all the changes, in art. Thank you, Sushma, for making those wonderful and valuable comments on the functionings of the galleries and how the artist collectives are working in Mumbai and elsewhere. Ranjit, you were fantastic. आप जो बोला है एक्चुअली हम सबके लिए बहुत बढ़िया सोच है वो for us these are very very truthful and heartfelt and direct. There is no frills attached to what you said. You were talking from your heart and it was great to have you I mean, definitely for the listeners, for the attendees here, Ranjit Singh had visited Trivandrum, and he was a participant in body show in our SAM, that is Shankumo Art Museum. I curated the show under the direction of Ajit. Sushma was also the co-curator. So Ranjit was personally here, and next time, like we would like to get Nanak Ganguly in Trivandrum,
sure.
in a museum. Thank you very much. Thank you all attendees. Thank you very much for patiently.
And one last word.
Yes, please.
One last word. Actually, Johnny.
Yes, I can hear you.
Actually, the exhibition takes place here in the head. So I'm taking the everything, pre-COVID, post-COVID, whatever it is, it's taking place here. I'm taking back, you know, Ajit's work, and I will think over it.
Yeah.
And it will stay with me. It will linger with me. So I've already soaked myself with Ajit's work. You tell me one thing. Would that have been possible if you haven't done this? Webinar on Zoom?
It wouldn't have
been.
We will think about that.
I would have seen a catalog, 6 months down the road, 7 months down the road. Oh, I just show in Trivandrum. But now I'm enjoying and I'm soaking it, every bit of it.
Exactly.
So it's everything in here.
Yeah.
So everything is not bad.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Actually, technology helps selectively, though. Thank you very much.
Always.
Thank
always.
you.
Thank
So
you.
kind of you.
We are ending the webinar now. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.